Good morning, everybody. It's up 4:30 in the morning. So there's these neighbors. They went to sleep at midnight. There's a bunch of kids. I think they're Russian. And they woke up at 4:30 in the morning. Beautiful campsite, though. Anyways, we have spent the last few days cycling from Belfast, making our way down to Dublin. We're kind of racing the weather here because it's supposed to really turn today. All the folks that we've spoken to along the route has said when it starts raining in Ireland, it doesn't stop.
Or forgets to stop.
Forgets to stop, that's right. So we're trying to get down there. We haven't filmed the last few days, partly just because we've been trying to make some time. And also, what's beautiful and fun for us isn't always great television. It's just been cycling through the countryside, which has been awesome, but it would have made a boring video. So today, cycling into Dublin, we're going to do a Q&A. We've had a lot of questions. Sorry, kids are yelling. One of them found their way into the car this morning and started honking the horn. That's how we woke up. Nobody likes a complainer. Anyways, there's a lot of questions, and we're going to answer those. Lots of new faces on the channel lately. So, welcome to the UK Q&A.
/ Ireland.
Oh yeah, we're in Ireland, obviously, yeah. Sorry, we left Northern Ireland. We're in Ireland proper now. Sorry, it's too early for this, but we're going to drink some coffee and then get to it. There's no better way to start off the morning when you have no other choice than a couple packets of Nescafe.
In cold water. Something just feels wrong about drinking it.
We need the cell phone for the question.
The sippy cup. Oh, it's my pocket.
Oh. How often do you guys shower?
I would say up until this point, we showered pretty often.
Yeah.
Because there's nothing like cycling all day, getting inside a sleeping bag, and then just you just start to smell. So we try to shower every single day.
Yeah, we try to shower every day. This place advertised that they had a shower, this campground, but they don't have showers. So
I guess today would
currently it's 2 days and counting. Are you on a daily budget? And if so, have you been able to stay on that budget? Yeah, we try to stay to about $100 a day. That's what we've aimed for the entire time traveling.
Averaged.
It's very difficult in the UK though. Even days where we camp, sorry, the UK and Ireland. I'm sorry. I know the difference, you guys.
We just got here yesterday.
Yeah. It's tough to stay on budget here just because these countries are very, very expensive. Just kind of the cost of everything from campsites to any kind of accommodation, food. It's all fairly expensive here. We've probably averaged around $140 a day, so it's definitely straining our budget to be here. But
camping has helped.
Yeah, worth it. And camping offsets a little bit. We're at least keeping it lower than it would be otherwise.
And we're saving on gas. But I guess we're eating more. Do you think we're spending how much we're eating now versus gas? Do you think it kind of evens out?
A little bit of water get on me.
The person that funds that is
you.
Cool Corbin.
Check this out, guys. It's an old troop carrier, I think. The campground that we're staying at doubles as a Irish military war museum. And they let you just walk around and on, and all these old
Tanks?
APCs, I think they're called, armored personnel carriers.
Is your body tired or hurt from all of the biking? Yeah. I will say that I can tell we're getting stronger because the hills are easier. We can go further and further. But
not
man.
not as tired as it was the first couple days.
Mm-hmm.
It was sort of like a hump that we had to get over, and then I think we both feel better on the day-to-day now.
Mm-hmm.
We've both dealt with knee pain.
Yeah.
It's pretty common when you're cycling for some muscles to develop faster than others, and that can cause knee pain in different areas depending on whether you're a woman or a man.
Mm-hmm. But we still wake up sore.
Yep.
Hi, you look so grumpy.
Oh.
That just made my day. Oh. Hi. Yeah, this is the one I saw the kids carrying earlier.
Oh, she's really soft.
Yeah, isn't she? Hi. You fit my saddlebag? I really needed that cat and the little cat cuddles that I got. I think that was a perfect way to kind of leave the negativity at the campsite. I'm sorry we're complaining so much, but it just truly was a exceptionally horrible experience. This morning, when we were woken up by the honking, I went out and I saw the kids were all screaming in the car, and there's like a whole bunch of them in the car. And somehow the kids had trapped a little sparrow inside the car with them, and they were playing with it and chasing it. And I was so mad. I was like livid because obviously the bird was just terrified of its mind, and they were, not being gentle with it. So like, I stormed over to the dads, and they were just like standing around having coffee, and I'm like, hey, your kids have a sparrow in the car, and they're hurting it. And they're like, no, they're not. And I was like, yeah, they are. Like, you can see the bird through the window. And I'm like, you need to get out of the car. And it took them a second. They just like weren't acting. And I just stood there staring at them. And then they finally like walked over begrudgingly to the car and made the kids let the sparrow go. But half the morning I was like just shaking, so I was just so upset. So the cat was good. Are you okay?
Yeah. Are you okay?
Yeah.
How good is this? The sun poking through the clouds. I know the weather's turning bad today, but man, is it pretty right now. The Irish countryside is every bit as good as the English and Scottish countryside.
For sure. Oh, it looks like the butter packet.
It does. Like the Kerrygold? Yeah, it does.
Okay.
All right. Another question.
Would you cycle in any other country? And if yes, then where? I will say this is definitely going to be a form of travel that I think we're going to keep up with for a long time.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I would love to cycle from the UK all the way to China. That would be amazing. But probably more realistically, the next thing would be mainland Europe.
Yeah, I think so. They have a lot of cycle routes.
Seems a lot flatter in France
flatter.
and Germany, and I think there's just planes from northern France all the way to the Urals in Russia. So that would be a nice change from these bloody islands. All right.
I let too much pride keep you away. I wouldn't give in, had nothing to say. We could have made up.
Hello. Morning. Hi.
This settlement, I'm calling them settlements now because we've mixed up the city, village, town thing too much. This settlement is called Dulik. Gorgeous little settlement. It's very nice. There's a little farmer's market, a fair thing happen over there. Oh, it's not a farmer's market, it's fair, but it's so pretty. Very picturesque.
Coffee today.
We were going to get sandwiches here.
Okay, next question. Would you have preferred to ride electric bikes? Okay. I think When we're going uphill, yes. When we get passed by them, yeah. But at the end of the day, it's so nice knowing that we got to where we're going without the power of our legs. And ultimately, I'm known to be really, really grateful that we did that. But in the moments of exhaustion, I do wish we had electric bikes.
How many flat tires have you had, and do you carry tools?
Look at Cheveyo. Of course he carries tools. He has more tools than he probably needs. That's just in his wheelhouse. He loves just like tinkering with the bikes and making sure everything's good.
We've had 2 flat tires.
Yeah, one each.
And we have tools to, in theory, fix anything that could go wrong in the bike. Although the only spare things that we have are tires. So, yeah, we've had to tighten a couple things, adjust stuff. Yep, just a little toolkit. Bikes are just put together with Allen keys, and that's all you need to do most things on them. So, yep, it's starting to rain. We're going to go eat our dinner.
How waterproof do you think our panniers are? People have been wondering how we've been so lucky with the weather. And it comes down to 2 things. Firstly, sheer luck. I think it's one of the driest, sunniest seasons they've had here in a long time. Countless people have been stopping us on the road, telling us how lucky we are. And then, wow, why did I do this uphill? And the second thing is that Cheveyo and I are very strategic with our planning, with the route. We'll look at the weather for the next 10 days or so and try to be in a town or a city during the rainy days. We did that in Carlisle, Newcastle, Edinburgh, Glasgow, Belfast. It was really rainy, but we were able to stay inside and work. I think so. I don't know how I did that on the uphill.
Only cycling can you be completely overheating in this weather. The random bench in the middle of nowhere game is quite strong in this part of the world. Do you guys get recognized in public? And does it surprise you?
Yeah, it happens. Actually happened the other day. We were biking and someone honked their horn.
They're like, hey guys.
Scared the living daylights out of me, but...
No, yeah, we've been recognized by several people the last few days.
The longer we stay in a country and film, the more it happens. Like, for example, when we were in Australia, in Tasmania, at the end of that trip, that one day, it was 12 people recognized us.
Yeah.
It's always like interesting and shocking.
Yeah, I guess to answer the actual question, you don't really get used to it. It's always like, what?
It's a dead bug.
Because you don't really think of yourself as the type of person that would be recognized in public. You know what I mean? I don't know. It does feel weird, but it's like pleasant. It's always pleasant, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Any gear you thought you needed but didn't use? We bought dry bags, like big 40-liter dry bags, just in case, because we have our laptops and stuff.
Yeah, so all the panniers and frame bag and all that stuff on our bikes is waterproof, but we weren't sure, so we got these big dry bags. And we haven't used them once. They just take up space in our kit.
But I feel like it's bad luck to get rid of them.
Yeah, we also own 4 of the inflatable mattresses because after starting this whole thing and camping in the cold spring weather in the UK, we learned what an R value is, and we had purchased something with a totally just negligible R value, so we had to stack them up, get another one. Yeah, we don't really need those anymore now that it's
we just need
in the
one
50s
each.
every night. Yeah. Besides that, no. I mean, dragging around all the editing stuff is heavy, but
it's like our entire office is like coming with us.
Yeah, but generally, I think it's not so bad. It's much heavier than a lot of other bike tours that we've talked to, but whatever, gets the job done. Really not sure if you're going to see this on the camera or not, but there's the wall of rain we've been trying to outrun the whole day with Mixed success. Someone asked about how long it takes to edit our videos. And we've had this question before, and it's kind of a difficult one to answer because truthfully, it's always changing. You're always learning new things, trying new things. It's just sort of one of those, it's an endless process of learning. Generally, something I try to do is plan the bones of the video as we're filming it, so that by the time I sit down to edit, half the job is almost done. Depending on the video, it takes anywhere from 10 to 20 hours probably to edit it. And this is a big part of the reason why you don't see the everyday or every other day videos from us anymore, is our videos are just longer and more complex than they used to be when we first started out. So yeah, 10 to 20 hours to answer your question for a 20 to 30 minute video.
First one upstairs. Okay?
Yeah, we're just... Okay, this is what $76 a night gets you in Dublin, Ireland.
I think it's student accommodation.
Okay, the journey in to Dublin was a bit perilous, so we kind of stopped filming, but we have room for a couple more questions.
Yeah. Someone asked if we're selling our bikes when we're done this bike trip, and we are.
Yes, we are. Speaking of these things that we just looked up, 5 floors. Yeah, we're going to try and sell them on Facebook Marketplace or to anyone who is watching this and maybe wants a couple of bikes.
And all the camping stuff. I think at the end of July in London.
What is our least favorite thing
Ooh.
about the UK?
I think Ireland, we don't know it yet, so we can't really answer that question. But like for the UK, what's your least favorite thing?
Do you want to go on 3? At the same time.
Okay.
1, 2, 3.
Trash.
Yeah. Yeah, no, we've been in like 40 countries, and littering is for some reason a massive thing in the UK.
Yeah, it's not even like, it's the cities, it's the countrysides, it's like the country roads, there's just trash everywhere.
Yeah, it's just trash. I don't know what's going on. There must be something, like, I guess culturally there's probably never like a public awareness campaign or something.
Yeah, I would say that's my least favorite thing.
Yeah, that's probably mine.
Broken glass and trash everywhere.
Next up, favorite thing about the UK?
I think, it's a little cheesy, but I think the people, they're so sweet and kind. At least like 5 people a day will stop and say like hello to us on the bikes and comment on our bike trip.
Right. Like, we stop on the side of the road.
Yeah. Oh yeah. People are always asking if we're okay and like asking if we need directions, and we tell them what we're doing, and they're always like, "Ooh, that's class." That's like the new word I've added to my dictionary. Class.
Yeah. Proper class.
But yeah, people here are so nice.
Yeah. Everyone in the UK, from top to bottom, everyone has just been nice. We haven't run into a single rude person.
Yeah.
And helpful as well. You guys, we're running on 4.5 hours of sleep. There's no big goodbye, just goodbye. Thanks for coming with us.
Subscribe! You see your bleeding on your hand?
Oh. I don't know what happened. Just a little. Hey, love. Who makes better chocolate? The UK or the US? That was a question.
In this exact moment, UK. They put it into little buttons.